In this video, I'm going to show you how to draw all perspective grids 1 to 5 points so you can get a grasp on how to use them in your own artwork. Recently, I made some viral shorts that were fun, but they were a little too fast, so this is kind of a breakdown and a little more in-depth thing so I can show you what's going on here. In this one, I'm drawing the 1-point perspective, and you can basically just start with a simple cross to act as the horizon line, and then you start drawing lines emanating from that center point, and then that creates that 1-point perspective. There's only 1 point at infinity in this. Then you draw all your shapes conforming to those lines, and it looks pretty straightforward and easy. When you draw squares, they eventually become stretched out toward that vanishing point. All your shapes will just conform toward the shape and the structure of this 1-point perspective grid. It's very straightforward and easy. As you can see me drawing on the board, that last square wasn't that good, excuse me, but you see how I'm drawing this one here? It's like the box conforms toward that horizon and vanishing point. So try this one out. It's the easiest of them all, and just have fun and experiment. It's just, like I said, it's pretty simple to make whatever you want and draw a simple cityscape in 1-point perspective. All right, with that one being covered, let's move on to 2-point perspective. I'm going to go ahead and draw a horizon line again, guys, and then I'm going to draw vanishing points are on the left and the right side of this one. That's 2 infinities on the left and right side. And as you can see here, I'm drawing all the lines emanating from each vanishing point, just like I did, except there's 2 of them this time. So you have 2 vanishing points on each side, 2 infinities. And then you start drawing your squares, and as you can see, it kind of turns. This is like looking at the corner of a house when you're standing there and you're seeing the side of a house, and you see the perspective go to the left and you see the perspective go to the right. That's kind of a simple view of 2-point perspective here, and I urge you to try this out in your drawings. Pretty simple, straightforward. As I said in the last one, all the shapes conform to the structure of the grid that you're drawing. That's one of the secrets. And then things shrink toward those infinities, toward the vanishing point. And once again, that's one of the easier vanishing points to draw, the simpler 2-point perspective. You can play around with this, practice it, try it in your own art, and let's move on to 3-point perspective here. You start with another horizon, and then you do almost like you just did with the 2-point perspective, and I kind of draw an equilateral triangle to emphasize that. Then there's a vanishing point toward the bottom, as you can see. And you can almost make a T to kind of emphasize this, with a horizon with a straight line going down it. And then it's got 3 points at infinity in this one. So when you hear that 3 points at infinity, you automatically know that there's going to be 3 directions where all the objects shrink toward. That's one of the secrets of perspective drawing, is the shrinking factor, where things grow and become large and smaller toward those points at infinity. 3-point perspective is a great way to model skylines and the look of a cityscape from up above, where you're seeing a lot of buildings and things like that. You can make your superheroes fly around like they're coming up out of the city there, if you want to really make something interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and go on to 4-point perspective here, and it's basically where you have that flipped 3-point perspective bottom grid, as you can see, like go toward the top now. So you have 4 points at infinity this time, and everything shrinks toward the vanishing points on the left, right, bottom, and top sides, and that's what creates this interesting look for 4-point perspective. And if you want to start 4-point perspective from scratch, you basically just draw a cross, and then you draw a tilted square, and then you have 4 vanishing points, like I said, that goes up, down, and then left and right. And then you make all your squares or buildings or whatever you're drawing shrink upward, downward, to the left, and to the right. And that creates that weird 4-point perspective look, because 4 points a little strange, but it's a great one to play with and model buildings and things, like kind of bubbling up toward you, where you can see kind of all sides at once, up, down, top, bottom, and left, right. So try this one out, see how far you can take it, and then now let's move on to 5-point perspective. It has 5 infinities this time, or 5 vanishing points. All these perspective grids are essentially objects in projective geometry, which is a non-Euclidean geometry with the points at infinity that causes parallel lines to collapse. 5-point perspective is also known as curvilinear perspective. Just remember that, curvilinear. You basically start with a cross and you draw a circle around it, and then you draw conforming globe lines that go up and down the XY axis. Then you draw a center vanishing point, and then that's your basis for where you're going to fill in your shapes and your structures for this perspective grid. And remember, this time there are 5 points at infinity in this that cause the vanishing points. This is one of the coolest ones, and a great example of this is M.C. Escher's globe drawings, if you've ever seen them, or if you've ever seen, you know, like I said, fisheye lenses on cameras, they capture this. And it's a really interesting curvature look. It kind of grabs the Earth globe look, if you will, when you're drawing this. But remember, this globe is flattened into a 2D image construct. That's what makes it so powerful in your art repertoire and having this in your technique to show to people. It's really cool to be able to draw a 5-point perspective, see? So I hope you learned a little bit of something from this. As you can see where I'm drawing these grids, or these boxes conforming to the structural shape of the 5-point perspective. It's really fun to just incorporate this into your art to create an illusion of depth and curvature, if you will. Okay, so let's go over a few things with your drawing here so you could use all these grids and it can help your art improve instantly. Remember, everything you draw, depending on which grid you pick, conforms to the grid structure. It's that easy. The grid itself is the skeleton underpinning of the drawing of the objects or buildings or people or whatever you're going to put in your drawings. So let's remember that. Secondly, I'd like to emphasize the points at infinity is kind of a unique aspect of something called projective geometry, discovered around the 19th century with a mathematician named Lobachevsky or Boyer. I'd just like to say that humans use these constructs, which are I'm calling written image constructs, to convey information and meaning, especially that of the universe, in being represented as a perspective grid, if you will. You're drawing the universe every time you're doing this. So that alone makes it kind of a magic act, if you will, that's kind of interesting to see happening unfold. So the better you get a perspective, the better you're seeing the world around you. While you're practicing magic, sigil magic, through drawing, which is producing your own super sigil, which is intertwined with your life. If interested, you can read my ideas and theories about drawing and writing in my new book, Second Skin, The Written Image Construct.